If there's one strange place to hide your secrets in, it would be in a video game. Whether it be the developers teasing for another game, or even a hidden joke to make the discovery more comedic. Now we've all seen these secrets work before. However, there's one secret within the game that took it a few steps further. This secret was not like any other, at all. And in this special episode of Video Game Venom, I will be discussing today's game, Kanye Quest 3030. I shit you not, that's the name of the game. No joke. So let's start from the beginning. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you, all I know about Kanye West is his music, but I also know about the game surrounding him. Kanye West 3030, a role-playing meme game published around July 22nd, 2013, using an engine called RPG Maker, and was published by a user named Phoenix, and also described the game as a hip-hop theme scientific fiction 2D role-playing game. The plot surrounds Kanye West just taking out the trash when all of a sudden he went into the future, year 3030, in which it is now a dystopian society ruled by a clone rapper named Lil B. Lil B? Why? Not to mention that they also call him the base god. After defeating Lil B at the end of the game, he declares himself as such and returns back to 2010. That's all you really get besides that weird transition at the end. Now, in full honesty, I don't know about his whereabouts and popularity-wise, other than the fact that Video Game Donkey played it. Maybe it was popular there. To put it into perspective, it's just your running joke meme game. And it's been that way for the game until 2 years later of its release. In 2015, a poster on Pastebin claims that they discovered a very sketchy secret hidden within the game. They've claimed that they found a hidden gateway into a secret room that no one has explored at all. The poster goes into detail as to how to unlock this secret. At a certain point in the game, an NPC will come up to you and say, "What do you want to do?" Now within your own gameplay, you will probably put in something hilarious, which will make a really silly comeback, but typing in a very specific word will trigger something. Typing in ascend. Some of you might find this pretty funny still. It's all fun in games until you learn why they put in ascend. The game will then teleport you into a hall of corridors and terminals while turning into a butterfly at the same time. What was once a cool, laid-back vibe that you were having just a minute ago now turns into a very forlorn place. In this place, all you'll hear is bells, piano notes, and maybe even voices hidden within the soundtrack. What awaits you now is this dialogue.
Congratulations. You have proven yourself to be an open-minded and curious thinker. We must apologize for deceiving you, but we can reveal that the game you were playing until this point was a front, constructed to protect what you are currently accessing. We must ask that you do not reveal this area to the public. If you believe that you may be prone to revealing information, or do not wish to participate, please close this program immediately by pressing Alt F4, or selecting the No option when it appears. By selecting the Yes option, you agree to participate and not reveal information. Would you like to participate? The following is a thought exercise designed to help teach you something beneficial. By understanding this exercise, you will hopefully be affected in a positive way. Due to the nature of the exercise, this something cannot be revealed immediately. This exercise may or may not be restricted to the software. It is important to remember that the purpose of this exercise is to benefit you. You will not be timed. You cannot provide any more information, except that we wish you good luck. You may begin now. Welcome to your ascension.
You're now able to move around this strange place. you would only notice that there's only terminals surrounding you. Heading down south will lead you to a big room. Taking a screenshot of every corner of this room, you'll get a QR code, which leads into a dead URL link. You're supposed to figure out each and every password for each and every terminal. This user had dig into the files in RPG Maker to find these passwords, all 30 of them. When you're finished putting in passwords for certain terminals, layers will start opening, letting you progress further. As you progress further though, the game starts getting a little bit more darker, but you'll still realize that it's getting smaller and smaller. That's because at the overhead view of this map, it is actually a shape of a pyramid. You might be scratching your heads, questioning yourself right now. What is this front for, and what does this exercise have to do with your benefits? Keep these questions in mind. You'll find out soon. When you're finished putting in the last password, you would then teleport into another area. Only this time, it's white. You may not notice until you're able to move around, and you can find the last terminal sitting right there. At a certain point while traveling towards this terminal, you'll have an enemy encounter. This enemy is called JFZZJNMS. It will then quickly disappear. Moving towards the terminal and activating it, you'll get this.
Congratulations. You have ascended. Thank you for playing. You have proven your worth once again. You have ascended. However, further ascension is always possible. If you do not wish to ascend further, your journey ends here. So please, close this program by pressing Alt F4 or selecting the No option above. By selecting the Yes option, you'll agree to participate further, and you grant us permission to interact with your possessions. Would you like to participate? Over the following 2-week time period, we will interact with you and your possessions in several ways. Keep an eye out, as some of these ways may be subtle. Others may not be. We may attempt to contact you directly. If we do this, we will attempt to notify you of our presence using a keyword. If you still consent to the participation, please select the Yes option above. Do you wish to participate? Please enter your address details now.
It is exactly what you think it is. A recruitment method. Asking you to put in your full name, country, and city. Once you're done putting in this information, you are greeted with a thank you from this game. And now you're left there expecting something to happen within 2 weeks. Not much would happen though. Various reasons why. Well, potential reason number 1, you would probably download a different version of the game, considering that the original game is now locked up in a website, which needs password permission. Not only that, but people swear up and down that the original game actually has network connection. Number 2 is a possibility that RPG Maker doesn't have any functionality to network compatibility. Potential number 3, it doesn't work. It just won't do. It just won't do. Skeptics aside, even if it were to happen to you like this, I would sincerely advise that you shouldn't whatsoever, even for research purposes, shouldn't give away your information. It's not that worth it. The only one way you would, and I know for certain you would, is to find out what group, just what mystery group is behind this game. Not only the game, but the front by itself. Do we even know where this leads to? Actually, we do. We're just going to sit back and watch the final bit of the trailer. Did anyone else catch that? Here's a little screenshot of it. Take a good look at this symbol. Before we even Google search this image, I would like to mention about the Morse code you just heard. That Morse code translates to one word only. Reading through this Pastebin post, this user had explained the religion in their own words. Ascensionism is a new age cult that goes back to at least 2006. Its main beliefs focus around there being two spirits that make up a whole being: a physical spirit, the body, and ethereal spirit, the soul. Long story short, souls live lifetime after lifetime until they reach a point where they are judged by themselves after a death, and upon deciding they have been sufficiently good, destroy themselves or become primordial soul stuffs from which new souls form. Explained that throughout its entire existence, the main goal of the soul is to climb higher in the field by accomplishing its various journeys, lifetime after lifetime, before achieving a certain higher role in godhood. This religion has a sole belief in reincarnation, if you can't tell, but there's one factor that stands out to a lot of people: that there's bound to be an awful obstacle that the soul is asked to challenge, no matter how tragic or disastrous that it can be. In other words, if something bad were to happen to you, your soul asked for it. Your soul wanted it to go through it, therefore justifying the awful things that have happened to you. That's the religion aspect for you. It's about time we do a little bit of research on them. The first thing we always want to do is look for the publisher, Phoenix. There's just one issue with that. Phoenix, the developer, bears very little information about themselves, to the point that it's impossible to learn from them. However, there's one information that I've gathered about Phoenix, and we'll just have to save it for a little bit. For now, the best second thing we could do is search up the Ascension cult. Now, the Ascensionist group, or at least the results, barely gives us anything, except for the controversy behind Kanye Quest. Nothing that actually dates back to 2006 at all. Though one name kept popping up every time I searched for them. That name is Nick Lyons. Nick Lyons is apparently a music producer, and this is the only way I can describe what this music sounds like.
You have the right time, old man.
I'm sorry, but that's just all I can think about when I hear it. Speaking of the songs themselves, a website called Discogs. I picked up something actually interesting in this website. It's under Ascensionism Records label. Record company made by Ascensionist cult leader Nick Lyons to release music as a front to his group. All music released by Nick Lyons and Phoenix. Bingo, Phoenix is right there. I did mention before that they have very little information by themselves. Well, Nick Lyons here has proven that I was half wrong. This is the only information we got out of Phoenix. The only information is that they're associated with each other. I had my best research on Nick Lyons. Unfortunately though, I've gained nothing. My only best resort to research is the anonymous Pastebin user. They actually have more research than what I could ever do. Let's find out if we can see anything at least. For the most part, I got to learn more about the in-game symbolism that happens. Now that we learn more about the Ascensionist group, we're able to see the resemblance that they give off. Other than that, it comes down to dead links and deactivated accounts, except for their supposed Twitter account that is unaffiliated with Nick Lyons. That's all I can really find on my end. So I figured, did anyone else find anything different during this whole controversial craze? Well, YouTubers Mama Max and Psychotrip did. Back when this game was still a topic, These two YouTubers had dug way deeper than what anyone else could nowadays. Even if you want to dig deep for yourself, I doubt you'll find anything. Now, I'm not going to talk about what else they would find, other than one confirmation they had when Nick Lyons' Twitter account was still active. According to them, in their genuine answer, they have no connection to Kanye Quest whatsoever. Strange, since one other skeptic user out there had claimed that the Ascensionist group had a bad habit of using pop culture to recruit more people into their group. Still, there are a couple of loose ends here and there. Not only that, but the Pastebin user seems to know a little too much of everything. What else could it mean to everyone else by now? We see some flaws here and there. Apparently, Nick Lyons had said that they had no connection to Kanye Quest, but is affiliated with Phoenix. And Phoenix is the publisher of Kanye Quest. Not only that, but why deactivate most of your accounts? I have 3 theories with this. Theory number 1. The Ascensionism group is real, and at the front for Kanye Quest is genuine. This theory is somewhat shot down. Theory number 2. The Ascensionism group is still real, but the front itself isn't. In fact, Phoenix, the publisher, isn't the same Phoenix affiliated with Nick Lyons. Instead, it's someone trying to lure in followers, without the acknowledgement of Nick Lyons. When he's always asked about Kanye Quest or the involvement of the group, he says that they're nothing but rumors and they're just a group by themselves. It's somewhat backed up, but I'm not entirely sure about this concept. Theory number 3. This was all an ARG. Well, this theory does stick out the most, and especially to anybody else. I wouldn't doubt that this was a discontinued ARG, and everyone else seems to agree so. Well, to be honest with you, to me, it's somewhat into speculation, but I'm leaning towards the possibility that this was all an ARG. I mean, it makes the most sense. It's not a fact, but it's out there. Whether it be real or fake, this has got to be one of the most disturbing experiences anyone else has ever had in a video game. I mean, it's just unexpected. How could you second guess that there's a recruitment for a cult in a game? This is one of my favorite topics to present. I mean, can't you tell? It's that bizarre. And that's what I love about this. It's just that bizarre. And if this does actually turn out to be an ARG, then kudos to them. Because it was very fun to tell the story again. And we'll go ahead and wrap this up by saying that this will forever go down as the deepest and most unsettling experiences in video game Venom history. I am Peepun the Official, signing out, and I thank you for listening to my story. But I want to say something real quick. Please show your love to Psychotrip and Mama Max. They actually have a lot more to give in this same story. I promise you it is all worth it to check out. And they will probably give you more closure than what this episode can do. Anyways, I'll see you guys later. Have a wonderful night. Or else, you'll let me into my zone. Can we just...
You just literally let it run free!
Can we just... Can we just
God,
do...
I didn't see the rat! I mean, open these 2 doors!